All right. The news. And to start off the news,
Got a
I
banger.
am proud to be an American because the new Broncos for me. You know, during these times, I'm glad there's at least one reason to be proud to be an American because this week, Ford came out with the 2021 Bronco, and my gosh, have you seen the thing, Andrew?
Yes, it's amazing. It's like
It's
the perfect follow up to the original.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I watched the live revealing thing on their YouTube channel, and the video they released. You know how in most like Jeep commercials or Land Rover commercials, all these off-road commercials, they'll usually do like, their cars are freaking rock crawling, low speed stuff. In the Bronco video, they are ripping the Bronco through with all the terrain. Like the thing's like bouncing around.
Holy
And
shit.
it harkens back to that original Bronco design. I just always loved that design, and they finally brought it back for this new generation, and it looks fantastic. It just keeps getting better the more you read into this thing, okay? So here's one thing to start off. The names. The names are great. Okay, so we have the Bronco, the base model, right? But the trim levels include names like Big Ben, Black Diamond, Outer Banks, Badlands, and Wild Track.
Ooh, that one's good.
And for every trim level, you could get what's called the Sasquatch package.
What's that?
So it's just like an off-roady package, but I'll tell you what that includes. It gets you on the base model from factory 35-inch tires.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like, oh, yes. Bronco also can get you a Haas system, high performance off-road stability suspension, which
Was
has,
that
I
like
think,
King Shocks?
it's got Bilstein adaptable shocks or whatnot.
Oh my
They
God.
say it's the same thing that's on their trophies trucks that run around in the wild or whatever, which sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
And it comes with a goat mode.
I mean, it crawls on everything.
I was like, because it's an acronym of like greatest of all time mode. No,
Yeah.
it's kind of like Land Rover's all terrain thing, and GOAT stands for goes over any type of terrain. And this thing is aimed. Okay, there's the Bronco Sport, but we won't talk about that because that looks kind of like a Ford Explorer with a Bronco's face glued to it. But there's the 2-door and the 4-door. Okay, so let me ask you this: which one would you get, Andrew, if you were to get yourself a Bronco?
I would get a 4-door.
Yeah. So for me, okay, I love the way the 2-door looks. Because when
Yeah.
I think of the old Bronco, that's what I think. The silhouette of
Right.
the short,
Right.
stubby little car with gigantic wheels.
Yeah.
But practically speaking, I would have to get the 4-door.
Yeah.
And the 4-door, it doesn't look bad, right? It looks
No, not at
plenty
all.
good. Like, it looks fantastic, actually. It's just that the only thing I'd be missing was that nostalgic, like, shorty Bronco look. Anyways, this thing is aimed square at the Jeep Wrangler. And I think
Yeah, I was
finally...
about to say the Jeep Wranglers are shaking their doors off right now.
Because the last time the Wrangler actually had a competitor was never.
Yeah.
There has never been, I don't think, a direct competitor to the Wrangler. People are saying, the Defenders, the British Wrangler competitor. It's not. It costs $50,000. But this thing starts at $28,500, which is only a couple $100 more than a Wrangler. And there were certain things that you could tell aim straight at the Wrangler. The fact that you could take all 4 doors off of the Bronco 4-door and put them in the car with you while you're driving along. So you don't leave your doors at home. One of the things on the Wrangler is if you take the front doors off, the mirrors come off with the front doors. And the Bronco was like, you could keep the mirrors on. It's got independent front suspension, so no live axle, which the Wrangler has. And they're like, independent suspension's better for handling and on-road capabilities. You could get 35-inch tires optional, which is not an option on the Wrangler.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're a person working at Jeep right now, deciding the next Wrangler, you are probably scrambling around.
You have no idea what to do right now.
And you know what? I think this thing looks a lot better than a Wrangler does.
Yeah, it looks like a more complete car. I don't know how to describe it. It
Right?
just looks more
Yeah,
you could live with this thing, and it's not just a Jeep.
And this thing already has Ford claims for the 2-door and the 4-door, already over 200 aftermarket accessories available.
Holy shit.
The car's not even out yet. You could get from factory things like GoPro mounts that just go straight into the car. It's just, I want one very badly. And, unlike the Rivian and unlike the Defender, this is something I could probably afford in a not distant future.
I imagine there will be dealer markup.
Oh, definitely. So you could reserve this car now. You could reserve it on their website for $100 refundable deposit. Comes to you 2021, and by the end of 2020, you could start picking your options. I was so tempted to reserve mine because I was like, 2021, maybe I'll have enough money by then to make the monthly payments. But they were like, you have to pick your options by the end of 2020. I'm like, never mind. That's that's not happening. But you could reserve it now. But the thing is, the first editions, first day it was already full. And also, when I went on the original reservation site, it crashed. It was done. So a lot of people are very excited about this, and I wouldn't the amount of Jeep Wranglers you see running around on the road right now. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an equal amount of Broncos or more.
Yeah. What are some performance specs on it? Like, what kind of engine does it have in there?
So it starts with a V6, 2.4 liter, I think, 2.3 liter, something like that. Anyway, that's not
With
the
a
important
turbo?
part. You could get optioned up a 2.7 liter twin turbo V6, making 310 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. It also comes base, I think, with a 7-speed manual, but it's not your typical manual because it would be 6 speeds, reverse, and a crawl gear.
Like a super high or a super low.
Yeah, so like a thing where you could probably throw it in crawl, get out of the Jeep, and walk alongside of it.
Yeah. Does it have self-deflating tires?
No, I do not think it does. That is an
Lame.
H1.
Not cool anymore.